we're gonna put some shims. We got a few. Pack kit comes with a few different ones in the control arms on our GT4. So we're gonna do the rears now. The fronts are already done and they're simple, but the rears, you need to take off the rear brake duct, which is down there. And this is also something, if you wanted to put rear brake ducts on your regular Cayman or Boxster, good idea. Get some cooling back there. With the wheel off, you don't need much. You need a T30 Torx. I'll put a link in the description for a kit for that, because you should have a Torx kit by now. If you don't have one, there you go. And you need a 13 mil socket. Now that will also have you need a wobble on that. So whatever size you want. Thinner the better. You can do it with a 13 mil wrench as well, but I just found a socket works pretty good. And of course, take your wheel off. So let's have a look here. Here we go, inside just behind the wheel. This is your brake duct. You can see there. And we've got two T30 Torx screws to undo. So not a hard one to do, and that removes that panel that goes over the top. Now these are barely in, it's a screw in the plastic. So. All right, a bit blind, but I got them out. So it's those two. I'll put those aside, and this should now just, that's it, comes off. So it's just a little two-piece bit that clamps on. Not too difficult. That's yeah, pretty cool design, keep that cool. Now, we're gonna have a look underneath and we'll check out these 13 mil nuts. All right, here we go. Underneath, you're having a look, and these are the two 13 mil nuts, and that's the factory shim and yeah, the factory shim. So we're just gonna break them loose. And you can get okay camber out of the back, and you need to have adjustable rear toe arms if you want a lot of negative rear camber. So we're only gonna put one little shim in, but just need to get this started. Oh, you know what? It won't go because this is a short socket, I think. Yeah, we need a longer socket. Okay, because that's sticking out too far, so I'll get a longer 13. Okay, so the longer 13 mil socket and a wobble, and we try again. I just need to, they're barely on there. There's such a low torque setting. And when I tighten it up, I'll put the torque settings on there. So we just need them loose. And then when we tighten, we do one, like a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. So. Okay, you see there's some movement there in those washers, so there's a couple mil. That's all we need. Now we're going to get another jack, and we're going to put it under the hub carrier, or maybe this bolt here, and we're going to adjust a little bit. Okay, with the jack under there, block of wood to protect everything, we just go up a little bit, and there'll be a point where you can wiggle the shim. It'll just be kind of loose. So let's keep a hand on the shim and bring it up a little bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. See that stock shim? I could now take that out. So we got some pressure removed, so we can slide the, we got rocks there. That's the factory. We can take that out and we can put in a little bit thicker one. So the factory shim there, the silver one, 2 millimeters. And we have here an aftermarket 2 millimeter. So we're gonna pop that in. You're supposed to get almost 0.1 of a degree for every millimeter, so that'll give us an extra 0.2 mils on the back here, and we'll slide it in. What the deuce, why are you not fitting? Oh, that's why I gotta back that off a little more. There we go. Just need a couple more pumps of the jack, and that other shim is in. Now we can go about tightening it up. Now, if you're doing this on the front and you're putting more shims in, you're going to want to take out probably one of these little spacer washers they have here, but you got to have some thread coming out past that nut. And a lot of guys will put a drop or two of Loctite on there as well, because you don't want this coming undone. Tightening it back up, you want to do it a couple turns so that it's snug, and then you want to go to the other side and do a few turns so that it's snug, and keep going back and forth until it's tight, and then we're going to torque it down. It's hard to get a torque wrench in there, so kind of have to torque with a wobble, but there wasn't a lot of force on it, a lot of torque on it anyway when we undid them. Okay, those are tightened up, Tom. I need the torque wrench, please, sir. All right, torque wrench is set at 23 Newton meters. I said you can't really get it in here too well, but oh, there we go. Definitely not a super high torque. And just trying to make the best of this to torque it down. So get in here. So there you go. So we got lots of thread showing. They're torqued down to spec, and now we'll put the brake duct back on. And we'll put these back in position. There's witness marks from where they were, so that makes it a little bit easier, I suppose. We'll just get them started here. Clip the little front bits in. Over the arm. There's only one place it's really going to go. And we'll get some screws started here. Now, torque spec on these little guys is 10 Newton meters, so that's nothing. So we're just going to do them lightly hand tight and call it a day. Just get one started here. Grab our Torx and our T30. There you go. Tighten them up to 10 Newton meters if you got a torque wrench that goes that low. And that's it. Now we're going to go tackle the other side. So if you add too many shims and don't have either caster arms or the thrust arm bushing to adjust the caster, you see here it pushes the wheel too far forward. So you got to take a couple shims out. So with the wheel that far forward, you're going to get some contact up there. What's cool is if you have a new GT4 RS, they've got the cup style bushings in the camber arms, which basically you can adjust for the caster. Very neat. There we go. Fixed it up so that is with the stock, I think it's a 7 mil shim, and then a 4. So that's, and we have the Redline camber plates, and that is a very healthy dose of negative camber. We can put some wider wheels on the front now too. So we'll go to the alignment shop and get all the specs, and we got a couple other little 1 mil shims and adjust if needed, but that looks pretty good now.